And that rebuilding will continue for some time.
While homes can be replaced, there are some things Sandy took that can never be replaced, such as family photos and home movies.
And tonight, Fox Connecticut's John Charlton is here to begin our team coverage on this, the one-year anniversary of Sandy, with how you at home might be able to help solve at least one lost and found mystery.
Alan, Lori, the day after Superstorm Sandy, so many families returned home to salvage what they could from the destruction because of the storm surge. A lot of personal items either got washed away or got carried to places blocks and even miles away. In Fairfield, we dug out some fond memories, which we hope might jog the memory of one of our viewers to help us return those special moments to their rightful owners. When Superstorm Sandy slammed into the East Coast, powerful waves pulverized coastal communities from Florida to Maine. In Connecticut, the surf surged forward into shoreline neighborhoods as well, carrying all kinds of things with it. I just pulled out the sign. Where's it from?
Great Hammock Beach.
Debris was widespread, much of it worth saving, and some of it ironic.
It's a wonderful life and the perfect storm.
Sandy certainly lived up to her name on Fairfield Beach Road. But before front loaders piled up the sand and whatever was in it to be hauled away later, we dug out some personal items which can never be replaced. First, a photo album, completely filled with dozens and dozens of Kodak moments taken in the 80s, and most of them are snapshots of good times at the beach. The sand replaced the glossy with a more gritty finish, but at least the photos weathered the storm. Further up Fairfield Beach Road, by some of the worst damage, we found a beat-up video camera, as well as a Sandy Standard 8 video cassette. We knew it had to mean a lot to someone just by reading the label. Christina's first birthday, Christina's second birthday, and Uncle Ed's and Grampy. Fast forward 1 year later, we're still hoping to find who the photos and video belong to. Washed up in salt water and embedded in sand, it's obvious this home video's in pretty bad shape. So we brought it over to Video Lab in Orange, which has a pretty good history of restoring personal history. Video Lab claims to have saved precious moments thought to be erased forever in fires. So owner Ron Davis was confident that he and his assistant could salvage at least something for us.
We just disassembled the entire case, got the tape out of it, and then continued to clean all the sand off of it. My assistant put it back into another cartridge, and then we wound it back and forth many times to just dislodge and get rid of any other sand that might be in it.
And when they eventually pressed play,
Peekaboo, I see you, Uncle Johnny.
Success.
Oh, wow, she's walking good, son.
Bye-bye,
Look at
Christina.
There's Christina's first birthday.
Christina, look, what's in here?
With her grandparents and hopefully other recognizable family members.
Come here to Grandma.
This looks like Christmas time.
Say I love my grandma.
And here's Christina 1 year later.
Thanks for videotaping.
This could be anywhere in the 80s or 90s, I'd say.
That puts the video at about 20 years old.
Hi, my name is Melissa McKean, and I'm number 1.
There are identifiers in the hour-and-a-half video, like the pool party.
Go!
At Uncle Ed's with Grampy.
All right, everybody squash together now.
And then the final segment. It says St. Augustine Alligator Farm.
Then put your hand down there.
This is a very, very typical home movie. This might be the only one they have left, if someone finds it. So I would think it'd be pretty awesome.
Awesome indeed. Once again, the home video was an hour and a half long, so we edited sections of it together and uploaded that clip to our website, foxct.com. We're also posting several of those photos we found on our website. If you recognize anyone from the photos or the video, please email me at jcharlton@foxct.com. John Charlton, Fox, Connecticut.
John, thank you. That's a great story.
Oh, you got to see this. We have a fantastic update to a story you saw only here on Fox Connecticut on the one-year anniversary of Superstorm Sandy.
Tuesday, we aired footage from home video that our John Charlton found among the storm debris last year. Now that video has been claimed, and John is here now with what might be my favorite story of the year, John.
I appreciate that. You know, and that was the goal all along, to air this video and find out who it belongs to.
Yeah.
And we achieved that goal.
Yes, you did.
The home video cassette was drenched in seawater and full of sand when we found it. After calling around, we found a place in Orange which restores videos, and Video Lab felt good about its chances because it's even saved tapes recovered from fires. Now, to try to restore our video, the owner, Ron Davis, and his assistant took the cassette completely apart to clear out most of the sand, then put the tape in a new cartridge and rewound and fast-forwarded the tape several times to dislodge any remaining sand. When they finally hit play, you see, the video amazingly came back to life, and they managed to salvage almost all of the footage, about an hour and a half, which they transferred to a pair of DVDs. Next step was to put the video on our air, hoping one of our viewers would recognize the people in it. Within 24 hours, John McKean emailed me telling me that it was his home video and that he was in tears when he saw it again on foxct.com. Apparently, John got the heads up about the video from his brother-in-law, who heard from a cousin. Today, we met up with John on Fairfield Beach Road in Fairfield, where his home used to be. Sandy completely destroyed the house. John says a storm surge also washed away every single photo and video he and his family had. Of course, that was until we gave some of those captured memories back.
My grandfathers and fathers and uncles, you know, as they were leaving and passing away, they gave me all of their pictures because they knew I was going to be the one to hold on to them. They knew I was going to be the one to take care of them. So it makes it difficult, especially because they counted on me, because they knew I was the one who got into the photography and the videography and things, and now those are all gone. Not all of them.
Glad we could help. That was just a small part of what we're putting together for tomorrow. Tomorrow at 5 p.m. we'll have much more on reuniting John McKean with his home video, which he says was the video to save if there could only be one after Sandy. Awesome stuff.
Oh
Now, that company did a great job of putting it together. I know there are a lot of companies that do that, but the name of that company again that did it
Video
for you?
Lab in Orange.
Video Lab in
and
Orange.
John McKean said he wanted to thank them as well. He thanked Fox Connecticut and Video Lab.
I mean, to see the emotion in him, oh my gosh.
Yeah, he says they're going to have a big party with all the family to watch it again. So
Yeah, that's
See,
great.
that's
what
why
we
it's my
want to do.
favorite story.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks for
Thanks,
sharing.
John.
Good work.
Thank you.
All right, Rachel, thank you. Now, earlier this week, we've been really enthralled with this story, a story you saw only on Fox Connecticut. John Charlton showed us a home video that he found. He found it right in the destruction of Hurricane Sandy last year.
For a full year, its owner remained a mystery until our story aired and he came forward to claim it.
And John is here now with part 2 of his follow-up to this very touching story.
Yeah, I had to bring this camera up here on the set. This was actually found with that video. This camera is completely shot. Thankfully, the video was not in this camera. Now, John McKean says the family video we gave back to him might just be the oldest one he thought he lost forever. The footage shows parents, grandparents, brothers and sisters, and cousins. Some of them have passed on. And so that's why McKean says the video has to be one of his most valuable records of his family history.
Well, we're out of here. This is the day before we're visited by Hurricane Sandy.
John McKean always enjoyed making home videos, even though this video shows home standing for the last time. Although he said it,
This is our storage room, which is probably all the stuff that we're going to be missing.
he never really believed it. Never thought when Sandy slammed into Fairfield, it would be all gone.
Walked a couple miles up to the beach to find just the chimney standing.
The sight of it made the front page of the Current. If home is where the heart is, John, his wife, and daughter were heartbroken. But after disasters, people clean up and try to salvage what they can. We recovered this camera and a sand-filled, salt waterlogged Standard 8 home video, destined to be scooped up and hauled away, never to be seen again. Video Lab in Orange successfully restored the irreplaceable.
Peekaboo, I see you, Uncle Johnny.
You may have guessed by now who Uncle Johnny is.
Christina, is that good?
The man who loved recording family gatherings, who thought all those video and photo records were lost, including the ones family members gave him for safekeeping.
So it makes it difficult. Especially because they counted on me. Because they knew I was the one who got into the photography and the videography and things, and now those are all gone. Not all of them.
We got the tape salvaged.
Oh, geez.
These are 2 DVDs.
Oh,
It really
wow.
brings back the memories. The cassette. This is your original.
And as I mentioned to you before, there's some things that just can never ever be replaced, and this is one of them. So please, I want to thank you personally. I want to thank Fox Connecticut and the people that did this and took the time and for bringing back something that we thought was gone forever. Hey, can I give you a hug?
Absolutely, buddy. I'm just glad that this had the conclusion that we were intending it to have. You know,
it's amazing, and this is again the only pictures now that I have. Everything else is just completely gone. So you can imagine how valuable that is.
It was worth watching again for John's reactions.
Oh boy, that's my wife's mother, who's since passed. God bless her. It's so clear. They did such an awesome job. Oh my God, that's priceless.
John says if there was one home video to save, this was it.
One of the ones that has more family members on it.
Even John makes a cameo.
Oh, that's me.
Let me see.
That's me. That's me 20 years ago. At least 20 years ago. And a few pounds ago.
John says even after Sandy, the camera is always rolling on family. Now, some memories have come back.
There's no replacing this. The sentimental value is huge. That's why it practically brought me to tears when I first saw it. For a year now, I've been thinking that that's it. Everything's gone. But to see a year later for it to come back like that is just absolutely amazing.
Good stuff. And John McKean says now that the home video is back in his hands, he and his family have already planned a viewing party for it. So, good
Look at all
stuff.
those pictures,
Look
and
at all
there's
these. Yeah,
Sandy.
Yes.
Come up here.
Now, we did find a photo album, as mentioned in the previous story. I still haven't been able to track down those folks. You can see the photos right there. Got a whole stack of them. And
If
wouldn't
any
it be
of you are the
great?
good-looking ladies in these bikinis, come forward. These are great pictures.
Yeah, but
They're just great
it looks like
family memories.
it looks like around the
Look at that
80s, early 90s as well, just judging by the
Yeah.
fashion and the hairstyle. So
They're great
they got to mean
pictures.
somebody is somebody, right?
Yeah.
Or something to somebody.
Yeah. Call us if they're yours. Email us if they're yours. They're
Yeah,
great.
absolutely. We can do another story.
Yeah, you'll take good care of these in the meantime,
Absolutely,
right?
Yeah.
absolutely. Did for a year.
Thank you, John.
Yep.